How you doing, bro? I must say, I like the artwork there, man. Behind you there.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Looks good, yeah. Okay, so what do you want to talk about? We were talking today about the game coming up on Wednesday, and we're saying it's got to be revenge. I don't know if you've got any thoughts on that, or if there's anything else you want to talk about. Hit us with it.
Yeah, the game has a revenge written all over it.
Yes.
Kind of, how Mikel Arteta tends to pick up the players for games after losing or after getting a bad result. They tend to step up and write off the wrong they did in the first match.
Yeah.
But for me, I see a spanking coming for Everton, like last season. So I'm not expecting anything less than a 3-point and a 5-0 win.
5-0.
5-0. Wow.
I hope you're right.
That would be good if we could get 5.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because we played them 3 weeks ago, and we was expecting a hard game. On that particular occasion, Sean Dyche had been just been appointed days before the game. So we was expecting Everton to have that new manager bounce, which they did. But the manner of the defeat was what got a lot of people talking, because some people, some of them not too far away from here, were suggesting that it was a kind of hark back to the old days where Arsenal go away from home and they get physically manhandled and bullied. A lot of people said that, so that was why that was so disappointing. This week, of course, is very different. We're at home, we're on a good little run of form now, and we're expected to win. Everton played at the weekend and they were beaten handily at home by Aston Villa. Some of the fans started booing, apparently. So they're not in the greatest of places. So it should be a different game. What do you reckon?
It should be a different game, but I don't want Arsenal to get emotionally involved in this game. I want them to just keep calm and play the game, because putting talents on show, Arsenal have a better players than Everton. And Everton will be missing Kevin Laurie for this game. So definitely I'm seeing us winning this game, but I don't want us to involve ourselves emotionally in this game. Because when you try to put emotional aspect into the game, you tend to play like a kind of football, back and front, the game will play against Aston Villa. Then the last time we talked, Laurie, you were saying if the game between Aston Villa was the game we look up to and say, yes, this is where we won the league. And I said, we have a lot of game to come. This game against Everton, for me, is the game. If we get the 3 point against Everton, I would say, yes, this is where we won the league. That's for me.
Wow, yeah.
It's interesting. I think you make a great point about emotion, though, because I would imagine Mopé will play up front. And he's he's the pantomime villain of Arsenal, isn't he? He's going to try and wind us up. The fans are going to boo him. But we need to turn that pressure around and put it back on them, because they're in a real relegation dogfight at the moment. I think if we can score early, we can really take it to them, with the fans behind us, 2 home games in the week. I just wanted to ask you, though, why do you think this is the game that would be the title winner? Because I think most Arsenal fans would look at this game and say, we should win that, rather than maybe like Man City away or Liverpool. I would have thought maybe would be the games you would think that.
Because this game gives us that 5-point buffer over Manchester City, which we had before going to the World Cup. And to play, I think, about 8 games after the World Cup, and we still 5 points ahead of Manchester City and the return of Gabriel Jesus, I think that, for me, is where I think this game is a game.
Yeah.
Interesting.
The points gap is.
I mean, let's be honest. When we play Everton on Wednesday, their tactics are not going to change from the first time we played them, is it? It's going to be the same thing. Low block, plenty of passion, energy, commitment. They're going to be throwing themselves into the tackles. But at least we kind of know what to expect. So, I think
at home it's a different game. Goodison Park is a great atmosphere. The fans will be at Sean Dyche's first game, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And they really bullied us in that midfield. I think Partey should be fit now. Jorginho's settled in. Trossard's there. I just think at home, I'm confident against most teams at home. I just don't think they'll be able to live with us at the Emirates. I think we'll be too much for them.
Curtis, will you start Partey over Jorginho?
No,
against Everton?
No, I'd play them both. I'd drop Xhaka.
No.
Yeah, I would, Yeah, I think for me, The way Jorginho's playing at the moment, you can't drop him. He's dominating in possession. And Partey, if he's fit, you have to bring him back into the team. I think Granit's looked tired the last few weeks, a little bit leggy. I would play those two together.
And do you think it will work?
I think it can work, yeah. I think you look at Jorginho's best time at Chelsea, he had maybe Kante next to him who did a lot of the dirty work. I'm not saying Partey and Kante are similar, but Partey's like an enforcer, isn't he? Very physical. Then you free up Odegaard, give him a little bit more attacking freedom. You got your front three of Martinelli, Trossard, Saka. That's what I would go for, yeah. I think that could definitely work.
Interesting. I mean, we did speak earlier on the show, Daniel, about competition for places, and I guess this is what Curtis is talking about. You know, if someone's form level has dipped, you know, the manager might look at that and think, let's freshen things up a bit.
Yeah.
But Xhaka has one of the best games against Leicester just recently. So, and you know, the Xhaka complements Partey and Partey complements Xhaka better. So I don't see any reason why you have to drop Xhaka if he did well in the last game.
Yeah, do you know what it is for me? I just think if you look over the last few weeks, he took Ben White out when he'd had a little dip, put Tomiyasu in. He's took Nketiah out when he's had a little. Xhaka did all right at the weekend, but he's looked a little bit leggy. He hasn't affected the attacking threats as much in the last few weeks. I think Jorginho is playing well, so I wouldn't take him out while he's playing well. Yeah. And Partey, when Partey's fit, he has to play. He's our main midfielder. Yeah. We would have to play slightly different because Xhaka's been playing in that number 8 role. I don't know who would be the more advanced one out of those two if you played Jorginho and Partey, but I would personally go with them two on Wednesday. Be interesting what people think in the comments. Yeah. Who would you play in midfield against Everton?
Okay, Daniel, listen, thanks very much for your call. Appreciate you calling in. You must call back again. Oh, did you want to say something else? Oh.
The elephant is still sitting on the top of the tree.
He's hanging on, man.
Thank you, Curtis.
All the best,
Thank
bro.
you, Curtis.
Thank
you, Laurie.
Yeah, thank you, bro.